What up, Fly World? My name is Miguel, and right now you're watching Bossip TV. Keep it locked. Peace. Fly.
Damn, cold world. I never thought I'd see the day that you my old girl.
A friend of mine, his name is Emil. He's a photographer. He shoots Swiss all the time, and they're in the studio with, her and Mary J. Blige and Swiss were in the studio working, and I guess they were just kind of going through records that they were feeling at the time, and she played this is what they told me. She played All I Want Is You, and Emil, my boy's like, yo, that's my homeboy. And she was like, really? Like, where is he? Is he here? And he's like, yeah, he's in the city. And he sent me a BBM, and he was like, yo, get over here, Mary J. Blige wants to meet you. And I was like, word? The studio happened to be like 5 minutes away, like 2 blocks away from the hotel. And we walked over there, and she was just, I walked in, and she was just like open arms and just gave me a huge hug, and it was like, energy was amazing. We just vibed out that night, and I think that had a lot to do with getting on the tour, so it's kind of a cool story, how everything came about.
I wonder sometimes,
I've been singing ever since I can remember. But the moment, see, I'm saying, like, there's moments where, it was very special, key moments, like, when I was, my kindergarten, we had a talent show, and my mom, I love to dance. Instead of dancing for the talent show, my mom suggested that I sing, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll sing. And being on stage and singing for the talent show completely changed my focus. You know what I mean? I think I loved to dance at the time. I was studying Michael Jackson, and I loved his songs and whatnot. I loved to sing them, but I wanted to dance. And after doing that kindergarten talent show, I think my focus completely shifted to singing. I was told that the way to get on, because I'd just been getting so many no's and rejection, from the gatekeepers and whatnot, they just didn't really understand who I was at the time. I don't think I really understood who I was at the time. And so, being an artist with the ability to write, I was just kind of told that maybe I should try and get on as a writer first, and then, make the transition into being an artist. Unfortunately, all of my best work is personal work, and it's just music that just really no other artist either could connect with, or I didn't really speak to them, or it was just too true to me, or it'd be an A&R would love the song, but they just couldn't hear anyone else on it. So it was always this big. So it took me getting signed as an artist first to even place a record as a writer. So it's kind of crazy and ironic how.
So make your next move, your best move, sugar.
He was working with T-Pain, and me just being like fresh, young guy, new kid. They were just really gracious and let me work. And we just kind of built from there. And after working in LA for the first time, he flew me out to Atlanta I co-wrote a record called Revolver, which made the international release of what was it? The Here I Stand album. And then since then, after that, he brought me in to work on the Raymond vs. Raymond album. Yeah. So I co-wrote, along with Terry Lewis and Usher, 3 songs, 3 being Monstar, which is the first song on the album, I believe.
Okay.
And then Mars vs. Venus and Pro Lover. So, what inspires me, to be honest, is the art that I love, like music that I love. And not only music, but just other forms of art. It's film, it's visual art, there's some depth to it, and there's something to connect to. And because that's what inspires me, I think that's what I would like to project, and what I would like people to think of my music as well.
Right.
So, and I mean, it's a lot of practice. I've been writing since I was 8, and
wow.
Getting to this point has been such a, just like anyone who's worked hard to get anywhere. It's a journey, and so you find what works for you, and you find your creative processes, and you find, it doesn't work for you, and through all of that and arriving at this point, shit, I better make fucking honest music. You know what I mean? If that's what I study and that's what I endeavor to be and that's what I surround myself with, then I better be. You know, it better be honest. It better be. Otherwise, I'm doing something wrong. The way the song came about and how it's affected my life is really ironic, because I didn't write it or record it with any intention to play it for anyone. And ironically, that is the record really that got me signed.
Right.
It took that record for Mark Pitts to listen to the rest of the records that he had been receiving, you know, prior to it. And when he did that, he kind of put it all together and realized that there was a sound and there was a voice, you know, and there was something special about this body of work. And that's what got him to fly me out and figure out who I was and want to, you know, just kind of took interest. So it's just really funny that, you know, I didn't intend for anyone to hear it, but that's the record that really got me in the door. After doing the song, I told her I cheated on her. So she knew before, you know, before all this, but yeah, it was my way of saying, okay, I'll never do this again, and despite that, we're gonna be okay, you know? You and I, as simple as pie, baby. For a while, but you know, it's like a cut, you know, you get a paper cut, and you can leave it open air and it'll heal, but you break a bone and you have to put it in a casting and it takes some time.
Yeah.
And so sometimes the time is not right, you know? This is who I am, you know what I mean? And next album is not gonna change. So I intend to evolve,
Right.
and grow, but I think the one thing that people can count on in the brand that I'm trying to build is that I'm ever growing, ever changing, and there are no boundaries. And so the more I make that clear, I think the more open people will be to those changes. You know, they'll get used to it. You know. My goal is to make honest art the way, or that is more characteristic to independent music. The ultimate goal at the end of the day is to create an expectation from my fans, and to build a fan base that knows they can come to me for, you know, what they love me for, and to just stick to that. I would love to be an artist and to tour for the next 30, 40 years, if possible. Not to say that I don't want to do other things, but I think that because music is really my passion, that will always be at the forefront of my endeavors. And everything else that kind of comes along with it, you know, it's just kind of, you know, icing on the cake.
Hold on to dig it up.